Hi guys, welcome to a business talk with the podcast designed to showcase Portsmouth businesses and their leaders. Today I'm joined by Rob from Neon Numbers. Rob, how are we doing?
Yeah, good, Matt. I'm good. I'm excited to be here. How are you?
Yeah, very well, mate. Very well.
Good.
Do you want to kick things off then? Do you want to give the listeners just a little bit of background about you and the business?
I guess my main business is Neon Numbers.
Yep.
Accountancy practice started 10 years ago, but I've been an accountant for 30 years.
Right.
Love the industry.
Yeah.
It's great. I tried to tackle the industry with a totally different approach, try and be a little bit less formal, a little bit more friendly, a little bit more dynamic, try and like hit all the non-corporate sweet spots that are in the market, because I think everyone wants to go for the big, huge clients. Yeah. And that's not, there's lots of other small, medium enterprises out there, as you well know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then off of the accountancy practice, Neon Numbers, which is my pride and joy. Yeah. I've got multiple other sort of enterprises that I do. Yeah. I have a basketball team, Portsmouth Force, which I founded 10 years ago.
Yeah, we were just chatting about that, yeah.
And that's a labour of love.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Passion project for you.
An absolute passion project. It really is, when you build something from almost nothing to something that's nationally recognised.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I've got a restaurant in Southsea, which I love, Croxton's.
Yeah, big fan of Croxton's as well.
Well, Croxton's is lovely, and that business is really not quite a vanity exercise, but I've really invested because it's a great business. Yeah. And it's cool. It feels good.
It is. It's a great venue.
Within really accountancy, you can make it as cool as you like, but it's still
numbers at the end of the day.
It's still accountancy. You can't dress it up too much. Yeah. I'm the director on Undercover Skate Park project, which is Pitt Street Skate Park. And what we did is transformed a unused Sainsbury's in Commercial Road. Yeah. Turned it into a skate park, mainly to get kids off the street, give kids somewhere to go. The main guys behind that, Jacob and Jenna, are amazing. Came with this great vision. It's like, we've got this vision. We just need some numbers and legal to get it over the line. And that's where we got to.
Yeah, nice. So what made you want to go into business yourself in the first place? What was it that gave you the drive to actually go, do you know what, I want to go out by myself?
Yeah, I don't actually know. I think probably proactivity. Yeah. I don't think I decided I want to be in business on my own. Right. I just think I was proactive. Yeah, okay. So when I had my training job, I worked at a firm in Southsea called Barter Durgan. No, I was there for 17, 18 years and loved it. It was really good. Mm-hmm. But all the time I was there, I was trying to explore other avenues. So when I was younger, I DJ'd. Right. And I was always, from 15, 16 years old, I was into drum and bass and raves and partying. Yeah. To the extent that when I got my day job, I was like, this 9 to 5
seemed a bit dull, did it?
Yeah, this 9 to 5 is all right. But let's put on some raves. Yeah. So me and my friends used to host raves. So we had a little company called Vert and another company called Ohm. Right. And we put on raves at the Pyramids and across the South Coast. Yeah, it was fantastic. And I got to DJ. Yeah. And it wasn't that I wanted to have another business. Right. I was just proactively looking for something else to do. Right, okay. So, and then what happens eventually, as an employee of Barter Durgan, which I loved, there was a ceiling. There wasn't anywhere for my next step to go.
Right, what? It was up to partner, or there wasn't a partnership available?
There was no really option of the partnership, and it was a brilliant ending from my one of the bosses there. I was so close to. He was lovely, and I'm still super friendly with him. He's one of my good friends. And we was like, right, I've just going to have to go out on my own. I feel that's the logical progression.
Was he supportive of that when you said it?
The most supportive person.
Brilliant. That's what you need as well. And the last thing you need is like to get pressure when you're
absolutely.
When you're in that frame of mind already.
And I've referenced back to that in my time now, and I haven't had a member of staff want to do that, but I know I'd be as supportive.
Yeah, 100%. You got to let people go on their own journeys, don't you?
Exactly.
I mean, it's people talk about retention and business, everything else, and it's great, but you've got to encourage people and help people in their own growth and their own journey, haven't you? Like, if people want to go off and do their own thing, then you want to be a vessel to help support it more than anything, don't you?
Exactly, and he has been. So I still see him all the time. Yeah. If I've got a particular question that I don't know the answer to, then I'll lean on him and give him a shout, and he does the same to me. So it's a really good relationship. Because, like, ultimately, whether it's the accountancy practice or it's a basketball club, or the restaurant, or the skate park, or anything else that I'm involved with, it's all underpinned by relationships. Yeah, brilliant. So you burn one, you've lost that potential information, haven't you?
Yeah, 100%. So let's stay on neon numbers then for a sec. So talk me through, we can touch on the basketball because I'm interested in all of it, to be honest with you. But talk me through your journey with neon numbers then. How do you feel you've got to where you are today?
So the journey was when I realised I needed to go out on my own. Yeah. I started amassing private clients, as I called them. So I was actually working my day job, 9 till 5. The two weren't mixing. Right. 9 to 5 my day job. As soon as the day job finishes, I'm off to neon numbers work, building up my private client base. Yeah. Most of those at that point were sort of friends and friends of friends. Yeah. So as an accountant, you're never not working. So any accountant will tell you, you go to the pub, you're having a conversation with someone in the pub and someone will say,
how do I save tax?
Yeah, Rob, my tax code changed. Why has my tax code changed? Or HMRC want this from me? Or can you explain X, Y, Z? Yeah. You're never not working. I could be at a family party, I could be at a basketball game, I could be at the pub, I could be anywhere I am. Yeah. Someone will ask me an accounting question.
You've really got to love what you do if that's the case.
Exactly. So it was like, right, okay, I was going to set up on my own. So I moonlighted, built up a client base and then went off. Started on... not proverbial, like the literal kitchen table, computer set up, doing my work, and then it was like, right, okay, this is really happening now. I'm really fully committed. Within a couple of years, within a couple of months, really, I needed my first member of staff.
Right, wow, okay.
Then you get your first member of staff. Yeah. And then once you've got your first member of staff, I think most employers will tell you your mindset changes. Yeah.
Because you've got another mouth to feed almost.
Even my mindset now, so I've got 17 staff at Neon Numbers, and my mindset is I need to make sure I'm clear enough profit to pay 17 mortgages or 17 rents. Because these guys, the wages is not non-negotiable. Yeah, they have to get paid.
Yeah, and I think that's a challenge, or not a challenge, sorry, what a lot of business owners think about. And I mean, especially in times, if times do get a bit challenging or if they do get a bit cash strapped, then the number one thing is, I've got to pay my staff.
Of course you do.
So it's one of those biggest challenges which a lot of business owners have to face at times, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a pressure. It's a burden. You think how, if you're self-employed, your pressure is to earn enough money to pay your wages and pay your bills and pay your mortgage or your rent. Yeah. When you become an employer, it's just amplified.
Do you think it motivated you more, or do you think it was a different kind of motivation?
I think it just meant that there's a finality to it. Yeah. That there is an absolute, you have to make this kind of money. And then because you have to make this profit, you have to look at the things that you need to generate to make that profit. Yeah. So really quickly, after you got your first employee, I'm thinking, right, we've got to get the pricing structure right. We've got to get your expenditures on point. You've got to make sure that you're reporting. You've got to make sure you know where your business is. You've got to make sure that you understand that you've got a going concern that will last. Yeah. And then, so we went from the kitchen table to converted my lounge diner, put a stud wall up and turned it into a physical office. Yeah. And we had a couple of desks in the office and we used to sit in my converted lounge diner watching Judge Judy on the TV. We had two desks in there and the TV. Yeah. I remember I had an employee called Jolene, and those days were great because it was so simple. Yeah. Okay. And I wouldn't go back and change anything, but the simplicity of just being
you and Jolene watching Judge Judy knocking out some accounts.
They were really, really, really fun days. Really, really good days. But of course, growth is a mindset, as you know, in your business.
100%.
So once you're saturated with clients, you're either going to have to say, no, I can't take you on. Yeah. There's no capacity, no room at the inn. Yeah. Or you go, I need more staff to service these clients. Yeah. So then we went from Neon Numbers being in my house office. Yeah. Rented a shop over in Tangier Road. Yeah. Had the little shop in Tangier Road and we got up to 5 staff in there. That was pretty quick. In 2018, I was like, right, let's get somewhere else. So we managed to buy a place in Copner Road. Yeah. Convert. Luckily enough, my friend is in the property game. Right. And he had a blank canvas property.
Is that where you are now, the one I've been to?
That's where we are now, where you've been to. And as luck would have it, he was trying to convert it from a domestic dwelling into a commercial building or something, but it was gutted. Not even plaster on the walls. Right, okay. It was a shell of a building.
Rough and ready.
And what it meant that I could come in, I managed to get a good price. It worked out all right. And we went, right, I can now get my pen and paper out, and I can draw my office.
Yeah, right.
It was so cool. So I actually sat down. I was like, well, I'm going to put a desk here, power here.
Yeah.
And it was like playing with Lego, sort of. So I drew this map out, drew this office.
Yeah.
And the beauty of being an accountant, and I guess in your game as well, I know an electrician, I know a builder, you know, all the trades sort of under one roof.
Yeah.
So tapped hybrid up all the minds that I know.
Yeah.
This is my office vision. Can we put it together?
Yeah, nice.
And we did. So, you know, when you walk in, everything's fitted.
How you designed it to be.
How I designed it to be, to the extent that we sometimes sit down, because we've been there since 2018. So it's not that we're bored of the office, but every now and then you would fancy a move, don't you? You know, at home when you move the sofa around or move the TV, there's nowhere to move because
it's all designed.
Everything is made to measure. There's you couldn't even twist a desk around in there.
Right.
So we're there now. We got 12 desks, but we've got 16 staff.
Okay.
So we've got sort of hybrid days, some part time, some work from home, some days. So we've just opened up a new office in Stoke Road in Gosport. Yeah. So we've got a new office. We opened last week. We've got the official opening.
Right, brilliant.
In October, I have to send you an invite when we actually get the cakes made and the balloons up. And that office will open up, will be fully functioning. And Tavi, my co-director, will run that place.
Yeah.
Then we'll keep pushing on with neon numbers.
Nice. I mean, I think I know, given the story you just said, but did you envision getting neon numbers to this point when you first started?
No. Do you know what? I don't know what I envisaged.
Right.
What I wanted was to keep the brand ethos.
Yeah.
As I started.
Okay.
Which I think I have done.
Okay. So talk me through about that brand ethos then. What is it for you?
So we have it sounds really corny sometimes when you say it, but this younger, more dynamic approach to accountancy.
Okay.
I felt back then, when I was starting the business, accountancy was a bit beige, a bit stuffy. Mm-hmm. I referenced it back to headmasters, and that whole sort of either overly corporate or overly stuffy and a bit unapproachable.
Okay.
Now, lots of accountancy do try to do this approachable work, and it works to an extent. But my philosophy of the accountancy practices is to be an open door office.
Yeah, is that why you have the office on the
High Street? Yeah, Stoke Road. The new office in Gosport is a same thing. In fact, it's got more window space.
Right.
More window space, open door. So what happens is, if you are a small medium enterprise and you're coming by, you know, you're a scaffolding firm or you run a restaurant or you know, you're passing Cotton Road and you've got these nice bright windows, big open door. Yeah. I just need to speak to someone about this letter I've had from HMRC. And we have it all the time, maybe once a week.
People come in?
Yeah, someone will open the door, come in and say, I've got this letter from HMRC, can you read it for me? I don't understand it. Mm-hmm. And from there, you start the conversation, you convert a client.
Yeah, okay.
Whereas if I was in a base point or in a, you know,
serviced office
somewhere, those people aren't going to walk in. They're only going to come off the back of my social media or email invites. Yeah. So that was what the ethos was, to stay friendly, stay approachable, and try and, you know, keep the vision of being that neon numbers accountancy practice. Yeah. I mean, even in the name, neon numbers was chosen specifically to not have the word accountancy in.
Right, okay.
I didn't want the word accountancy.
Yeah.
I didn't want the word partners.
Yeah.
I didn't want the word associates.
Yeah, or ActionCOACH.
ActionCOACH. And I didn't want, like, Milner and Mullins. Yeah. I didn't want that.
Sounds like a great name, actually. It'd be a great company, I reckon.
I didn't want that. I wanted something semi-ambiguous that people would have to think about. So that's where neon numbers come from. And I have 3 words that I say to my staff in the office, and we all have to work towards speed, accuracy, and personality. Okay. So with all members of staff, all accountancy practices, whether you're in a top 5 firm or a one-man band, everyone should be speedy. Everyone should do the job as quickly as possible.
Absolutely.
That's a given. Accountancy, if you're not accurate, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. You're in the wrong job. You have to be accurate.
It's the main thing that we have to be.
That's the main thing you have to do.
It's catastrophic if not sometimes.
Exactly. But personality, I think it's sometimes missed with accountancy practices. Right. So to have speed, accuracy, and personality, that was the ethos that's kind of driven the growth.
Yeah, and it's brilliant that you've summarised it so everybody is clear on how they act and how they behave and what you expect them to be, right? Mm. So what would you say so far has been the biggest win for Neon Numbers?
What is the biggest win for Neon Numbers is It's probably staffing.
Right.
The biggest win for our numbers is getting the right people in.
Brilliant.
So I can list, like, without giving names, because it's unfair to give names.
Yeah, in case you forget a couple.
Yeah, in case I forget a couple. But there's probably 7 or 8 key individuals that have come along at different points in our numbers live and just gone, right, this single person takes the business to the next level.
Yeah.
So the biggest win is always that next hire.
Yeah.
A couple of hires have been people I've known. Tavi, my co-director, I used to go raving with in the 90s, and it just so happened she was training at RSM.
Right.
Big top 20 firm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they're a big firm. And I had a conversation. She actually shared a screen grab that I think we shared in 2015 or something. And the screen grab said, "We'll work together one day, Tav, don't worry." And we just sort of joked about it.
Yeah, nice.
And then it came through another 4 years later. It's like, wow, let's do it. Let's actually do it. And now she's co-director and shareholder on the firm as well.
Brilliant.
And it's those introductions to those people which are probably the biggest wins. That's a win.
Okay. And are you both sort of aligned on where you want to take the firm long term?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if your business partners aren't fully on board.
We see it a lot, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, we see it a lot where it takes almost, well, especially in our line of work, the first session we always do is called an alignment.
Yeah.
And it's just for that main reason.
Yeah.
Even if it's predominantly, it's with business owners, if there's multiple directors, sometimes it's with a husband and wife team just to make sure actually they're aligned on what's the business what are we looking the business to provide for us as a couple. But then we get it a lot with business owners as well, that actually one's putting in this direction, the other one's putting in this direction. So it's good just to get everybody into alignment, so then you're putting in the same way together.
Yeah, Kelly and I are business partners as well. So there's 3 of us at the top.
Right.
So myself, my wife Kelly, and my other business partner Tavi. So there's 3 of us at the top. And people quite often say, like, how do you work with your wife?
Yeah.
Like, how is the dynamic?
Yeah.
Does it damage the relationship? What's changed? And it's so easy.
Nice.
Like,
okay.
it genuinely is so easy.
Brilliant.
Because at work, we've got particular roles. I lead the business and grow the business and the strategy and the top end advisory.
Yeah.
Kelly does with payroll, HR, the people skills.
Okay.
Brilliant in the office. And so it's this whole sort of role play. Yeah. Not marriage role play. But, you're talking like, right, at work, this is what I do, this is what I do. And then when you go home, you're back to husband and wife.
Yeah, brilliant.
Like, mums and dads. And it's a totally different game.
Yeah, people obviously ask us similar questions as well, because I work with, obviously we were just talking before, my dad started the business 18 odd years ago. My brother started it 10 years ago. I've been there 6. So people obviously ask us as well, like, what's the dynamic like between you and your brother and you and your dad? And 95% of the time it's brilliant. Yeah. There's a 5% a couple of times where you start where you're brothers, so like naturally things happen, right? But we have similar conversations with people as well. Yeah. So what is the long-term vision for the company? Where do you want to take it?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't know yet. So whenever I'm meeting a new client, one of the conversations should always be, or is always, what are you building the business for? Yeah. Where is your exit plan? Yeah. What is the final destination? Yeah. And it may be that they're just in it for a ride to make some money, take their profits, scale the business down. But I think there has to be an exit plan for any business of a decent size, and we're a decent size now. So the long-term vision is to keep growing to a point that something happens on a corporate level, whatever that may be. Right. But it'd be foolish to say that it's.
There isn't a number.
There isn't, of course. I'm not going to sit down and just let it dwindle down into nothing and retire.
You've done too much thus far, right?
Yeah,
to let it just do that. And I think
do you know what's quite nice actually is it's growing without me now.
That is good. That's very good.
That's the key. I have I know 90% of my clients. Yeah. But some of the clients I just know the name. Yeah. Which is a quick conversation.
But that's where you want to be as the owner, right? And the leader. Like you said, you want to be, and it's what we're trying to do and trying to get the businesses we work with, try and get them to level 2. It's just that you don't want to know all your customers' names. No. All your staff, yes, but like you want the staff to have the relationships, so then it's scalable without you. Yeah. And like you can actually start to take yourself out the day-to-day, and like you said before, work on the more strategic elements of the business, work on the big vision stuff, work on the areas which are going to make you more profitable in the long run, not just now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, couldn't agree more. It's actually quite refreshing.
Right.
The first time, and it happened a few years back, the first time you see a bill get paid,
and
you see an amount hit your bank, and you go, I don't know who that is. I have no idea who that is, which means the system is working.
Yeah,
everything's
absolutely.
working, and they're getting the same service that you would have provided yourself. By your team. Bills are getting paid, and the till's ringing.
Yeah. So just if we think about people who are maybe going through that transition now, or are looking to get the business less reliant on them, what would you say was the trigger point, or how do you reckon you managed that transition from being the person that deals with the customers to actually passing it over and delegating that work?
It's difficult, isn't it? It's trust.
Yeah.
Trust and letting yourself really step back.
Yeah.
So it's not
Letting
easy.
yourself is key there, isn't it?
Exactly. So you have to be the person to go, I trust XYZ to do ABC. I am going to step back.
Yeah.
You're always going to be there as a safety net to pick up the pieces. But unless you make that transition to step back and let them do it, it's never going to work.
Yeah.
I've seen it before, and I may be guilty of it myself in the first few years where I was holding hands a bit too much.
Okay.
And then you're losing money because you're doubling up the resource on the job.
Yeah.
So you have to step back and go, right, you're qualified, you're good, you're trained, you know the neon numbers way, or you know the way that this business works. You have to trust them to go to that level.
Yeah.
I mean, you can imagine some of these big CEOs, their trust levels have to be through the roof.
Oh, 100%.
But which is why reporting is so important.
Yeah.
Because when the reports come up and you can look and you can see that the people that you've trusted are performing.
Yeah.
If you've got no vision of or no reporting of what's happening within your business, your trust may be misplaced.
Yeah, and it's having faith that actually... Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so you have to act quickly. If you see on your reports that it's not going the way the way it's supposed to work, you're supposed to jump back in, aren't you? And say, right, okay, I trusted you to do this job or do this role. You're not quite performing.
Yeah.
Let's sort it out.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where you're managing the numbers and you're managing what the reports are telling you, isn't it?
Yeah.
The key metrics or the KPIs that you've put in place are there to make sure that you can allow people to do their work. You can give people autonomy to make decisions.
Yep.
The metrics and the numbers will tell me whether or not the business is performing to the way that I need it to be, and then I can manage that.
Yeah, I think as well, age plays a part in that change. So, for example, when I was first employed at Barter Durgan, it was pre-computers and pre-email.
Right, okay.
So you used to have to write a letter in ink, and then it would go to the secretary to type up. It would go to the partner to review the letter to get typed up to get sent out.
Okay.
So what was happening is the partner had every letter the partner knew about.
Yeah.
And the equivalent today is the partner knowing every email that gets sent out.
Yeah, it's not feasible.
Could you imagine today I've got 16 staff? If every single member of staff you have to
sign off every email that goes out.
It would not be possible to do. So you have to trust them to go, this is if you want this information, you want to send out these accounts, or you want to do X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
You have carte blanche, go and do it. I mean, to be fair, sometimes I read a history of an email. Yeah. And I'll look through, and if I notice that the language is not what I want out of my speed, accuracy, personality, I'll go back to the team and say, why did it take you a week to reply to that email?
Yeah. But that's a minority then, isn't it?
Of course,
as long as it's going out and the majority of the work is going out speedily with personality and accurate, then you're only managing the small set of circumstances where it's not.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we talked about the biggest wins, the ethos. What's been the biggest challenge?
What has been the biggest challenge? Growth and pricing, probably. Okay. It's really important. I don't think I got it right straight away. I spoke about it earlier, but I don't think I really understood what I was doing.
Okay. When you say growth, what do you mean?
So to take on new clients, you have to quote.
Yep.
Because you've got a mindset of growth and taking on the new clients, you got to want this client. And in early business, I really want this client. Yeah. Really want this client.
So you're undercharging?
So undercharge.
Okay.
So you undercharge your client, and you undercharge too many clients.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you've got a business which is generating income but generating no profit.
Yeah.
And it's a futile exercise. You can't do it. You have to realise what your value is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm more than comfortable to not be the cheapest on the market. I'm more than comfortable. We're not the most expensive on the market. It's a good price what we do, and you get a good service.
Yeah.
And our reviews back it up. But the biggest challenge is the pricing and the growth. I think that's a hurdle.
Okay. Do you think you've cracked that now?
I think so. I think you're always learning.
Yeah.
I call it Big Mac economics. With
right.
When the minimum wage changed last year.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the minimum wage goes up for everyone, and I always think of McDonald's as one of the biggest employers of minimum wage people around the world. Right? They've got millions of employees.
Yeah.
So if their wage bill goes up, what happens to the price of a Big Mac?
Goes up.
It goes up.
Yeah.
It has to go up because otherwise they'd go bust. So the same thing happens in any business. So as we're 100%. Looking at national insurance hikes, or we're looking at rent increases, all our software, our payroll software is almost quadrupled in price over the last year.
Right. Okay.
Because they're changing their payroll software from a desktop version to a cloud version.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, they've decided to quadruple their price.
Nice.
I might have to look at that, but that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
But if their payroll cost to us goes up fourfold, and we don't pass at least some of that on, the business will drop.
No, 100%. And I think there's a lot of fear that's involved with a lot of business owners. I think we could probably say we've been guilty of it as well. That you feel that if you put prices up, you lose customers.
Yeah.
When actually, as a business owner, we're in business to make money and to generate profit, right? Like we're here to help people because we want that business to support personal growth and their personal lives, and we want business owners to go out and achieve things in their personal lives which they set out in business to do.
Yep.
I think a lot of the time people or business owners we talk to, they lose sight of what they wanted personally because they get so bogged down in the day-to-day of the business that actually what they want personally doesn't matter because they need the business to run.
Yeah.
And I think when you look at pricing, they look at price increases. Whenever these national insurance goes up and price increase is a given, it should happen, there's fear that they might lose clients because of it. But in reality, that's only eating money out their own pocket.
Of course it is, yeah.
So it needs to become pricing has to be an ongoing strategy for people rather than, when I set up, I'll set my price and then that's it. Because over time, your profit will erode.
And I think pricing should not be a finger in the air exercise.
Yeah.
Which I think...
100% not.
I think a lot of businesses kind of go... Whatever, this is how much it is to plaster a wall.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm just going to quote you this.
Yeah.
But there should be an exercise that goes into it. You need to know how much profit you're going to make on your bag of plaster and your labour on that wall.
Yeah.
And then you need to look at your competitors, see how much they're charging.
Yeah.
You have to do some research into what your pricing level should be.
Yeah, 100%.
But a lot of businesses starting up, and I think, probably going back to the question, I think I was probably guilty of it in the first place.
Yeah.
Just putting a finger in the air, I'll do a tax return for X, Y, Z.
But it's also not in a negative way, but it's inexperience as well, right? Yeah. Because I mean, you don't know.
No.
I mean, Barter Durgan, was it? They would have set the prices. You would have run to their pricing model, their pricing system.
100%.
You just would have been the employee doing the work. Suddenly, you go out by yourself. It's like, am I too expensive? Am I too cheap? Am I priced accordingly? So actually, doing the analysis on it and getting your pricing right is incredibly important.
I mean, going back to the days when it was just Jolene and I.
Yeah.
It's kind of easy.
Yeah.
I've got 2 wages.
Yeah.
Modest computer bill.
Yeah.
Not very many overheads.
Yeah.
You kind of could get away with finger in the air exercise. Mm-hmm. Once you're up to a scalable business, there's a lot more to take into your pricing.
No, 100%. So what would you say is the number one challenge people come to Neon Numbers with? Why do people come to you?
I think primarily you get two types of clients. You get the day-to-day service clients.
Yeah.
So this is, I'm running my business. All good businesses, or all businesses really, need an accountant. If not for year-end filing, they need it for ongoing advice, day-to-day, bit of real basic tax planning, someone to ask a question to that's not Google or ChatGPT, someone you can trust and help you on the day-to-day business. And the other one is, oh shit, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, okay.
So we get a lot of that. I've got this letter from HMRC.
I owe a load of money. Can you help me out?
Yeah, how can you help me out? Or it could be my business is not profitable, which we spoke about, haven't we? Like, my business is not profitable. What am I doing wrong?
Yeah,
I'm in a bit of a crisis. So that's primarily where we're at.
Right. Okay. So talk to me then about these. Actually, no. Let's just sit there because you mentioned something. You mentioned ChatGPT and Google, and people go there for a lot of their answers.
Yeah.
Do you see AI having a big impact on the accountancy world moving forward?
Yeah, huge.
Okay.
Like massive.
Okay.
It's automation is what we're looking for with computer systems. So we use it ourselves. So we're embracing it in Neon Numbers. And any good accountant will be embracing AI to try and do some of the basic level stuff.
Yeah.
Where it goes to is actually quite scary.
Okay.
I think, and it's not just accountancy, it could in so many trades.
I think in a lot of industries, I think there's going to be a massive shift.
Exactly, because, why pay for something that you can get the answer for free, technically?
Yeah.
So, for example, within our traditional day-to-day business running process, our software of choice is Xero. Mm-hmm. Xero has a partner with HubDoc, which is data capture software.
Right.
So their clients are taking a picture of their receipts or uploading their receipts.
Yeah.
The data capture software is basically analysing it for us.
Yeah.
We have to do a little bit of work to push it to Xero. That will change. Mm-hmm. AI will probably do that automatically.
Is HubDoc, is that the same as like Dex?
Yes, exactly the same thing. Okay. Exactly the same thing. There's a whole Dex versus HubDoc argument within the accountancy world. So you don't want to go into that. It's really boring.
Old school warriors.
Dex and Receipt Bank is a really good package. Really, really good. Does a little bit more than HubDoc, but it comes at a cost.
Okay.
HubDoc does everything within the price of Xero. So it's a real sort of cost and reward argument. Then this data goes into Xero. Within Xero, that's got its own AI now, Jax, which is picking up where it should be, how it should be coded. So you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see in the future that automation, and we'll go on to the next step. That doesn't mean that it's foolproof. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that people aren't going to get things wrong. Yeah. That doesn't mean that people aren't going to need advice on how to prepare their accounts. Yeah. And it doesn't mean that everyone wants to use it. Yeah. Some people are like, I know the AI can do this, but I don't want to have to do anything. Yeah. I'm just happy running my electrical contractors or putting my plaster on the wall, running my restaurant. It's peace
of mind for a lot of people, isn't it? That actually they can just pass it over and make sure it's being taken care of.
Yeah. I think that's what our Neon, we're particularly good at, trying to take the whole automation away. I know some accountant practices don't do the bookkeeping, but I don't really know how you do that necessarily now. Okay. Because I've said it with my team at work, when we split the team from everyone doing a little bit of everything. Yeah. We've now got a solid accounts team. Yeah. And a solid bookkeeping stroke.
Gives you a lot more structure doing that way.
So we've got two different teams. And I didn't want the bookkeeping team to feel belittled because they're accountants doing bookkeeping. Right. But you can kind of do bookkeeping two ways. You can kind of look at Xero or look at Free Agent or QuickBooks and just click tick, 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 tick. The software automates and ticks everything. Yeah. It's almost always going to be wrong if you put no thought into it. Okay. You have to consider whether it's a balance sheet item, whether it's a P&L item, whether what code you put it to. You have to give it some thought. Yeah. You have to make sure you're not matching it to the wrong place. You have to. Yeah. And this whole accountancy process, this whole bookkeeping process, is more like regular accountancy. Yeah. I've told them you're not really bookkeepers. You're day-to-day accountants. Yeah. Okay. Because if they get the bookkeeping,
this is what you would have been doing back in your Bartadagan days.
Yeah. If you get the bookkeeping or the day-to-day accounting spot on, within theory, when it gets to the accountancy team, it should be a walk in the park. Okay. They should look at a trial balance going, it's got backup for everything. Yeah. It's all in the right place. Yeah. Everything ticks. So their job should be super easy. Yeah. So, but we still have the two different teams. But yeah, that's where the AI and the automation is going to help. Okay. So I think it's worth talking quickly about MTD.
I was just going to say, mate, shall we ever give a quick bit of guidance around that?
Because MTD comes in April this year. Yep. Anyone over £50,000 turnover is going to be caught. This is sole traders. Companies should all be digital if they're VAT registered anyway. Okay. This means that the gateway is going to be closing. The old gateway that a lot of people have used for years and years and years, and just put in, here's my turnover, here's my expense process, here we go. They're not going to be able to do that. Okay. So what that means, you need a piece of software, you need a piece of bookkeeping. Yeah.
Like a Xero or Sage.
Yeah, that includes AI. Right. So it's all part of this transition. So with Neon Numbers, we're saying, right, we're embracing that. We're fully ready. We've got capacity, or if we get another 100 clients, another 200 clients, we've got capacity to take them on. We'll just get some more staff. Within reason, it's not going to be a problem for us. But for a lot of subcontractors, smaller businesses, it's a massive massive shift.
Okay.
They're going to have to go through. They're going to have to go from, I take a bag of receipts. There's not many of them, but there's still a few of them. Yeah. Here's my bank statements. Here's my receipts.
I'm always pulling them out of pockets.
Yeah,
and
here we
everything.
go. Here we go, Rob. Here's my bag of receipts. Off you go. Can you prep this for me? To actually day to day.
Does that still happen, by the way?
It does. It does. It's way less than it used to be.
Yeah.
And rightly so. But we're going to convert these subcontractors or these sole traders or these self-employed individuals and landlords to going, right, this is software out there. All you have to do is set an auto forwarder on your email, forward them to my HubDoc email address. My team will do the rest.
Yeah, okay.
And eventually maybe AI may do the rest.
Right.
But MTD is a massive push. And we're ready to go to embrace all these new clients. And there's been some other accountants out there that, if they're aging, they might go, I don't want to do this change.
Yeah.
Because it's a big change.
Yeah.
It's a really big change. And I guess it's quite scary to some people.
Yeah, it's going to be. Change is always going to be. And we're actually planning on doing a much deeper conversation around this, aren't we, on a webinar for our clients. But just for people listening now then, what's something that people can start to do to get ready for MTD? Ultimately,
you need to have a piece of accounting software.
Okay.
My preference is Xero as the main paid software.
Yeah.
Free Agent is also really good. So at Neon Numbers, we're supporting those two packages, and we've got hundreds of clients on each package. Free Agent you can get for free if you sign up for a bank through NatWest or through Metal, METTLE.
Okay.
It's NatWest's sister bank or daughter bank, whatever they call it.
Okay.
If you sign up through them, you can have a free piece of accounting software. To underpin that, I think everyone should have been doing this before anyway, and I've always advised all my clients, you need to have a business bank account. If it's not a business bank account, you need to have a dedicated account.
Okay.
So it could be another personal account, but it has to be dedicated to your business. It makes life so much easier. So if you're a hairdresser, all your hairdressing income goes into that bank account, all your product gets spent out of that, or your petrol, whatever you need to do, out of your hairdressing account. And then when you need your money at the weekend or at the end of the month, you transfer your drawings from the hairdressing account into your personal account and you spend it.
Yeah.
MTD is going to be a pain in the backside if we get one bank account, and inside this bank account is your income, your expenditure, but we've also got your Thomas Cook and your Tesco and your Ladbrokes.
And your meal deals every day.
Meal deals, and you're looking through, because we're going to have to spend time going through these transactions going, allowed, not allowed, not allowed. And if you have a dedicated business bank account or a dedicated account, synchronize it with a piece of software, and it does the job for you.
I think it's where you pretty much encourage a lot of people to have multiple bank accounts anyway.
Yeah.
I call it a profit bank account because, if you look at a business owner's bank account, usually they'll pay the staff, they'll pay the bills, they'll pay the suppliers. Everybody will get paid, and then they'll take what's left at the end. Whereas actually what we're encouraging people to do is actually take what you want out first and then pay everybody else from what's left, just so you're prioritising yourself as the business owner. Obviously, don't get me wrong, it's 100%, like you alluded to, you have to pay the staff, and it's a non-negotiable. But I think what happens with business owners is that they leave themselves to last to get paid. So I'm a massive fan of having multiple bank accounts so you can put that money aside, which that's your money.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think businesses, traditionally limited companies do that, because you have a limited company bank account. Although limited company directors spending personally through their limited company bank account is pretty much the bane of most accountants' lives. It's an actual nightmare.
Yeah.
Overdrawn director's loan account is regularly talked about in the office.
Right.
Because limited company directors will have their business bank account every time they're at McDonald's, or every time they go to Ladbrokes, or wherever they go to.
When they go to Ladbrokes.
Whatever. I've seen all sorts for a company bank account, all sorts. There's no thought process as to go.
Yeah.
Is this a business expense?
Shouldn't be betting on Cheltenham out my company account, but
look, is this wholly and exclusively for my business?
Yeah.
There's no thought process. It's just, I've got this card. On my card is cash.
Yeah.
Spend, and we fix it. But what we're talking about for MTD is sole traders. And a lot of sole traders have traditionally just had one bank account.
Yeah.
So it really didn't matter to them until now.
Okay.
But this April it will matter. So the best advice is from today, really start thinking about getting a new bank account open and have all your bank account in one pot.
Yeah.
I think I had a client this week. She was using Tide, and Tide apparently are MTD compliant.
Okay.
I haven't used them or said it, or researched it, but that would imply that what will happen from next year within her Tide business bank account, she can click go on the quarterly filings, because you're going to have to file a submission in July, another one in October, another one in January, another one in April, and these submissions will go from zero or free agent or Tide, from wherever you go up to HMRC.
Okay.
HMRC are going to get a snap of what your profit is at that point. Once they got a snap of what your profit is at that point, when you do your final tax return, our software will pull all those summaries down, analyse what's in there, and then we'll still do the final accounting work.
Okay.
And what I'm proposing to do is trying to make sure that those quarterly submissions are so good, because you've used zero correctly, that the year-end work is a little bit less.
Yeah, okay.
So
we'll do a deeper dive into this on the webinar that we do. But if anybody is looking for more information on this, where's the best place they can go?
Just come to my website, www.neonnumbers.co.uk, or pick up the phone, 02392 345 684. Give me a shout.
Brilliant. All right. Well, look, let's talk about the basketball team you got going, because I know we were just chatting about this, and it's a massive passion project.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Be a shame not to dive into that as well. So where did that start?
It started with my daughter. Well, it started when I was younger. I used to play basketball.
Right.
So I played from the age of 8 or 9 up to sort of 20 odd. Played to a pretty decent level. Loved the game. Always loved basketball. Love American sports.
Eagles fan as well, right?
Eagles fan, huge Eagles. I'm going back again this year.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I've got a massive trip this year. I'm going to
Eagles. 3-0, I think, as well.
3-0, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I've always been a fan of American sports and basketball. When my daughter was 9, I was like, right, okay, as you do as a parent, let's, you almost relive your second life. It's like, Ellen, you'd love to play basketball. I want to take you to a basketball club.
Okay.
And I couldn't find a basketball club in Portsmouth. I just couldn't find one.
Right.
I think this is crazy. Like, I used to play in Portsmouth, like, every Saturday morning, every Monday night.
Yeah.
Basketball was a real thing in the city. Portsmouth actually won the BBL, which is the top league, like the Premier League, in 1988.
Right.
So I was born in 78, so I was 10 when we won the BBL. And you're like, right, this is amazing. The basketball club's amazing.
Yeah.
But fast forward to my daughter's 9 years old, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
So I eventually found a girls' team run by a guy called Simon. Chatted to him, and Ellen started playing. And then I was like, well, let's really build it. And he started some sort of youth club type basketball venture.
Yeah.
And I just took that and went, well, if we're going to do it, let's do it properly.
Yeah.
Fast forward, my daughter's 19 now, so fast forward 10 years, we've now gone to having 15 basketball teams, 8 of them in the National League. We've got a men's team which is competing in National League Division 2.
Brilliant.
So 3 divisions above the top division.
Yeah.
We get close to 500 fans a week turn up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We have a DJ on the game day.
Yeah, we're talking about your control pad that you use for the sound effects.
Use exactly the same control pad. Yeah. We have pyrotechnics when the players come out. We've just won Basketball England. So Basketball England is the equivalent of the FA Football Association. Yeah. And we've just won 2025 Community Club of the Year.
Brilliant.
So we're on a national stage now. And this is all volunteer work. Yeah. So this is all, I was mentioning relationships with Neon Numbers, it's back to relationships.
Yeah.
And so this basketball club now has turned into an actual beast of a project. I converted it from a limited company to a community interest company in 2013 to access more funding.
Yeah.
And it's just gone from strength to strength. We've partnered with Portsmouth College, or City of Portsmouth College, this year officially. Yeah. We've been working with them for 5-6 years. Yeah. But I've partnered with them officially and started our own BTEC. So you can do an elite level basketball BTEC course now.
Right. And is that being well received? A lot of people taking
it's good. Really, really good. Yeah, fantastic. I mean, because you now have to go into further education. So kids, even a few years ago, I'm not sure when the rules changed, you could leave school at 16 and go into work. Yeah. You now either have to go into work
or into an apprenticeship,
you have to go apprenticeship, or you have to go into further education.
Right.
And not all kids are ready to do that. And also some kids do have sporting aspirations. Mm-hmm. So we started this BTEC course, and it's fantastic. It's a really good model. Yeah. So you think within 10 years, we've gone from basketball not being available in Portsmouth to now we have the deal with the City of Portsmouth Colleges. We have basketball at Highbury College, Monday to Friday between 6 and 10. So we've got the monopoly on the sports hall.
Yeah.
We've almost got the monopoly on the sports hall at Tangier Road campus. We've almost got the monopoly on the sports hall at Admiral Lord Nelson.
Wow, okay.
Every Sunday there's sometimes 7 games every weekend playing. So we've got under 12s, under 10s, all the way through to under 18s, all sorts. And you think this is all started from my daughter not really having anywhere to go.
Brilliant.
And I'm super proud of it.
Nice. And it's taking you around the world as well, right? Because of the work you're doing with Urbond and all of that. So why don't you expand on that for us?
So, Urbond is a charity in Portsmouth. It's run by a guy called Drame. He is a native of Guinea, and he left Guinea when he was 5 years old, ended up in London, and ultimately ended up in Portsmouth and started a youth charity. And what Urbond do in Portsmouth is they take kids from underprivileged backgrounds and they try and find them job placements. So I take these guys and go, kind of got less chances than most kids and get them into work, get them off the street. They've given them a youth club. It's a brilliant project.
Yeah.
Because he was from Guinea, what he decided to do was actually put something back into Guinea. And I think they've done 5 years now. I went last year for the first time. And they go to Guinea and they give something back to these communities that have got so little that it's mind-boggling, really, to think that in this day and age, that it actually exists.
Yeah.
So I spoke to Drame during lockdown when we didn't really have a relationship before. I think we sort of knew each other from about town because it's Portsmouth. Everyone knows everyone to an extent. And we were just playing basketball in lockdown to get out, keeping our social distancing. And I said, I run a basketball club. He said, I run a charity. I'm going to Guinea. Do you want to come? So,
right, okay.
We're like, what do you mean? Do you want to come? He said, no. Do you want to come and coach some kids over in Guinea to play basketball? Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'd fancy doing that. Yeah. Lucky enough to be able to take some time off. Let's go and do that and have a real sort of try and genuinely give something back to really do something for someone else, like trying to be selfless. And it quickly turned into a project where we're going, right, it's no good me going out there coaching for 10 days, teaching kids how to play basketball, and then leaving nothing behind other than the experience.
Yeah, they don't have the structures to continue it. You've drilled it into them, but now they need someone to nurture it going forward.
Exactly. So we changed it. So I went last year and I coached 20 coaches, so 20 of their adult sportsmen, how to play and coach basketball. Right. And left them with the project over the last year to build basketball teams and develop a basketball infrastructure. Yeah. It's a city called Dubreka. Okay. So it's about 30 miles out from the capital, Conakry, in Guinea. And I'm going back in October. So they've now got this basketball structure over there. They've got, generously from our club, Team Silent Kestrels and Whiteley and lots of local area clubs and Basketball England. They all gave me balls and kits, trainers, all sorts of stuff so we can actually go out to Guinea. And when I went out there were people playing basketball in flip-flops, barefoot. I can imagine, there was one time we were trying to play a game and it's quite close to the equator, so when it rains. It's not like UK rain. The rain hammered down, absolutely pelted it down. And we were meant to play a game at 6 o'clock and at 10 to 6 it was pouring with rain. Right. And I was like, right, game's off. There's no way we can play out there. And at 5 to 6, the rain stopped. Okay. They're like, right, we're playing. And I'm like, you can't play. It's flooded. Yeah. So all of them, they all take their T-shirts off, all these guys. They all grab any rags that they can. Yeah. And there's like 30 kids just brushing the water off the basketball court. Like, because all they wanted to do is play. Like, there was no hurdle in their way that they couldn't get over to play this basketball game. So to see that sort of level of commitment, desire, real life changing stuff.
It's got to be massively rewarding as well, right? Just when you come back, you must be gleaming after the trips out there.
Yeah, perspective, right? And it sounds so cheesy. You watch Children in Need, or Comic Relief, and you see them do their videos, and you come back and they're all I shed a few tears. I'm not saying I'm heartless. We shed tears, and you're like, right, no, they're the most beautiful experience of my life. The kids got nothing. Yeah, it was like that, but it's more about like you look after yourself and go, right, my stresses, although they're important to me at this time, are irrelevant compared to what they're going to. They're not that important. Not really. They are important. They need to be dealt with. Yeah. You need to put your ducks in a row. Yeah. But I don't want for food or water or shelter or someone to play with. I don't want for any of that.
Yeah, it's that perspective, like you said, isn't it?
Exactly. So I look, and sometimes with with business and with all of them, whatever business you're looking at, and I'm sure you're the same. Business owners, you deal with problems. Mm-hmm. Not every day is this is great. Yeah. Quite often, right, how am I going to tackle this hurdle?
Yeah.
How am I going to tackle this hurdle?
Mm-hmm.
How am I going to get over this problem? When you actually see out there what they're doing, it gives you just this bit of perspective. Like, if I don't tackle this problem,
mm-hmm.
it's not the end of the world. We'll find a way.
Yeah.
There's another way around it. So yeah, from a perspective point of view, it was lovely.
Nice. Okay. So I mean, through Neon Numbers and the basketball and everything you've been doing out in Guinea, what's one of your biggest learnings that you've had from business, would you say?
What is my biggest learning from business? Probably a speed of decision.
Okay.
I think speed can work two ways. I think speed in terms of like getting your jobs out is what my ethos is at Neon.
Yeah.
But if you're going to go for something, try not to half measure it.
Yeah.
I don't think it really works. If you've really committed to a decision, make your mind up.
Yeah.
Go for it. Do it.
Mm-hmm.
If it works, then great.
Yeah.
Conversely, if you committed, right here, I'm going to get this new software. I'm going to whatever, employ this person.
First member of staff or whatever it is. Yeah.
If it doesn't work, you've got to have speed to get out as well.
Yeah.
You've got to go, right, okay.
That was the wrong decision. At least I made a decision. It was wrong.
I've made so many mistakes.
Yeah.
Made millions of mistakes.
That's where the majority of learning comes from.
Yeah,
though, right?
Millions of mistakes. Right, that was a bad move. And every now and then, I think I paid for a software once. It was pointless.
Yeah.
I was upsold. Thought it was brilliant. Didn't really do my research. Quick decision. Contract said I was stuck in for a year.
Right.
Bad decision, but you learn from that now.
Learn,
so now I know I'm going into new contracts. I'm like, I'm not rushing into it if I can't get out of it quickly.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest business learning point is speed of decision.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, look, one last question. What's next? What's next for Romeo on Neon Numbers?
Do you know?
Any of it?
Wherever the world takes me.
Okay.
Yeah, I really, really don't know. Neon is going to go from strength to strength.
Yeah.
With Making Tax Digital, I'm sure we're going to have a huge influx of clients. We're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Great reviews all the time. Staffing are brilliant. So I mean, the current hurdle I'm in today is finding new stuff.
Okay.
That's where we are. So we're in a really nice problem. I need to find new, good staff to add to the team, and they have to fit in with that ethos of what we're doing. So which I'm sure will happen. With the basketball club, I think the next step is to just continue growing. And I know we touched on it before we started here.
The big goal.
Like, I want a professional basketball club.
Yeah.
That's what I want. England is so far and away behind what they're doing in Europe. Mm-hmm. Every European country is light years ahead of the UK basketball-wise. Yeah. And I want a professional basketball club.
Brilliant. But what a dream to have that, right? Like, if you're not pushing for something and you're not striving for something, then what is there?
Exactly. I want multiple Croxtons.
Yeah.
I want to put Croxtons all
over. Is that a goal?
Absolutely. It should be a mini chain. There's no reason why it shouldn't.
Yeah.
The food is amazing.
To be honest, it's one of my... we talk because we were introduced through a mutual friend who used to work for you guys down at Croxton's. Right. And I love it as a venue. Yeah. I do. I think the food's brilliant. I think the atmosphere is brilliant. Yeah. The Friday nights you do with the DJ in the corner and a relaxed atmosphere. I think you could put one in multiple cities and multiple towns and
exactly stuff. Yeah. Well, with expansion, I've said it to the guys at Croxton before, it's building that first Lego brick.
Yeah.
Once you've built the first one, you can kind of put two together and build
this is
another
it, and it's the same with a lot of businesses as well, right? Because especially ones which can be opened in multiple sites or multiple locations, if you can get one working, you can get one systemised, profitable, delivering well, delivering consistently. Yeah. So if you can get one working, there's zero reason why you can't just pick it up and move it to another site, go to every town in the south or nationally or wherever it is. It's just, like I said, it's probably what a lot of business owners are going through now. It's getting that first one right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, getting that first one right. And then with the skate park, that will just rumble on all the time. The council are playing ball, and that's just great to get kids off the street. Yeah, no, brilliant. Well, look, Rob, thank you very much for coming on, mate. It's been a great conversation. Thank you. I've enjoyed it.
So interesting, learning so much about what it is you're doing, especially Neon Numbers, but also with the other things you've got going. So, no, thank you so much for coming on, and we'll be doing a little bit of a deeper dive into Making Tax Digital. So keep your eye out for that.
Thank you for having me.
Lovely. Cheers, Rob.
Cheers, mate.